Hi everyone, I'm Lewis. I work within our partnerships team here at NMPI, and welcome to the second part in a series of conversations we're having to better understand where performance marketing is, where it's going, and what businesses can do about it. This week we continue on the theme of shopping and feeds, so I'm joined by our head of product development, Fred Mauld. Hi Fred.
Hello, Lewis.
So last time we spoke, we looked at where Google Shopping is at the moment. So now I want to move on to the direction we think it's heading in. So first things first, do we have more or less control of shopping than we did 5 years ago?
So more or less at the moment, yes. You still have both the option to have control through setting up your own campaign structures. So item level bidding, you can do query level bidding, which is more a technique that's focused on search terms, where you push terms that are likely to convert and you pull back on terms that are unlikely to convert. But the message here, if you look at having both campaigns that have control and campaigns that don't have as much control, is that the direction it's moving is more to the ones that don't have control. So more and more, if you're speaking to Google, or you're speaking to Facebook, or whoever you're speaking to, they're pushing you down the route of their own automation solutions. So they're pushing you down the route of their ML and their automation. So with Google Shopping in particular, if you have conversations with Google, Google Ads team specifically, they'll encourage you to use Smart Shopping. And if you talk to a Search Ads 360 rep, they're going to be encouraging you to use auction time bidding, which is a bidding automation solution within that. I mean, this is cause for concern for people who like control over their ads data, and the way that the industry is moving, it seems every day now, is that control is to some extent going to be taken away from people who are managing the bids. So definitely a concern for agencies, I would say.
So with that in mind, what do you think is going to change over the next 5 years?
Well, I think for starters, just to finish off the last point, it's important for agencies and advertisers to adapt as this time goes on, because there's no point in just sitting back and going, well, everything's changing. This is just not going to work for us anymore. It's important that we actually adapt with that change. So the next 5 years, I mean, the last 5 years, obviously things change hugely, and the next 5 years is going to change even more. The number of controls that we're going to have within bid management platforms, so Google Ads or Facebook Ads, it is likely to decrease in some sense. So where at the moment we are setting bids, sometimes at an individual item level, sometimes higher than that, that's going to become less a thing. You're going to more likely be setting ROAS targets, so return on ad spend targets, within the campaigns themselves. This means, like within the bid management platforms, account managers' roles or hours of roles are going to be heavily reduced. And obviously at this point you're going to get people going, well, why am I paying you and what am I paying you to do if like all this work you used to do doesn't exist anymore? And I think the answer there is feeds. I think the actual feed data is going to become a more and more important part of what agencies are managing. Having a full management of the feed and a full management of the campaigns allows an agency to really put the right strategy forward for individual clients. So that's going to be a big shift in the future. And I think also on top of that, as a result of that, and that's the way that Google are pushing, the way Facebook pushing, I imagine we'll see more and more direct integrations between feed platforms and Google Ads. So likely get rid of, I wouldn't be surprised if Merchant Center gets completely merged into Google Ads in the next few years as well.
That's really interesting. So I suppose, and I know you touched on a few of those points there, but how should businesses prepare?
Yeah, so I mean, for starters, I think business leaders need to be very vocal in terms of the way that they view the changes that are happening. If the data that we get back from our money spent within ad platforms is getting more and more reduced, and we don't like it, then we need to be voicing those concerns. So I'd call on business leaders to get out there and voice concerns if they do have them, because if we don't have them, we don't voice them. In 5 years' time, we're just going to see that we don't have as much data as we used to have. So it's important that we voice those concerns, and important that we get things put into product roadmaps to ensure that we're still getting the data back that we deserve from spending money. If we're spending money, we deserve to have data back from it. So I think for starters, that's really important. The other side to this is actually, okay, well, things are going that way. So no matter how much we voice our concerns, even if we meet in the middle with the big ad giants, then we're still going to have less control. So where does that leave us? I mean, it's feed data is going to be the key. So for starters, ensuring that your data quality is really high. So ensuring, I mean, with Google Shopping particularly, your titles, descriptions, product types, they're all as optimized as possible. But to go further than that, ensuring that you have a proper testing infrastructure set up, make changes to your feed, UAB test every month, make sure that any changes that you are making are positive. If they're not, revert them. That testing infrastructure is going to be even more important than ever. Again, as I say, as an agency, if you have less big control, then the A/B testing is really, really important. And then go further than that, I think one of the most major important things is ensuring that your business data is available to make decisions within the feed management platforms directly. So performance data is in there, margin data is in there, your stock data is in there. If you don't want to be sending certain products to certain channels, you can do it on an automated basis with rules. And if you do want to be pushing certain products in certain channels, then you can again do it on an automated basis using rules. I think once you've got all of that, look to third-party data as well. Like, can I integrate with third-party APIs that are going to even further improve my performance and help my publishers or help whoever's managing my Facebook campaigns to actually achieve maximum possible value.
Wow. Well, thanks for that, and thanks for your time today. Next time we'll be looking at the relationship between proper feed management and shopping and how that relationship is changing.